Welcome back to Last on Dress. You're back with Zach and Junior.
Holla back, bitch!
It is almost Christmas. What, 2 days? Because Christmas is what, Monday?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Christmas is Monday.
Yeah.
So, Merry Christmas, everybody. And we're actually going to talk about Christmas and New Year's, but we're going to start off with the whiskey that we're drinking. Jack Daniel's Honey. What?
Tennessee Honey.
Yep.
I mean, it has been a hit for me. I mean, I think it's
fucked up right now.
I think it's been a hit for a lot of people, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Tennessee Honey and sweet tea. Tennessee Honey on ice.
Oh man, you just cannot go wrong with Tennessee Honey. Jack Daniel. I don't really like Jack Daniel a lot because it's expensive, but it's Christmas. You know, you gotta mix it up a little bit. So we bought it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll buy whatever we want to try and put on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's just we don't want to go out here and spend, $80, $90, $200, $300 a bottle for something like that right there on a whiskey or liquor, not then just be like, why in the hell did we do this?
I mean, you gotta think. I mean, it is Christmas, but we're trying to keep it on the cheaper end. But Jack Daniel is a expensive whiskey. We bought a small bottle, and what that shit was about $40, wasn't it?
I mean, it's expensive for what it is.
Oh, that's good shit.
You want to talk about
Very
like?
good.
I mean, it is a modern priced, whiskey that is, it's just well known. The name Jack Daniel's is just everybody's hit it, and that's just, I mean, the price drives off its name.
Yeah.
But also, if you ever see how they do Jack Daniels, if you ever see how they make their whiskey, it's actually it's actually charcoal filtered.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it is actual wood-fired coals filtered, every bit of it. And, I mean, and even Old Number 7.
Yeah.
Old Number 7 actually sits in, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Old Number 7 sits in the barrel for at least 4.5 to 5 years.
I actually did know that. We talked about that one time years ago. But
it sits in that barrel 4.5 to 5 years before it's ever even bottled.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can expect it to be a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is some good shit right off the shelf. I mean, you can stack that up to your $200 and $300 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just great.
It's good. I mean,
stuff.
it's very, I love it. Man, you put that shit on ice or mix it with some kind of mixed drink, like Dr. Pepper or sweet tea or something. It's just good. I mean, it's good by itself. It's good mixed with something, Love it.
I mean, there's actually some stuff, you can actually mix it with, like Firefly or something like that. I don't know. I actually want to... excuse me, but I had a yawns right there. But I actually really want to do a podcast one time on the Firefly shots. I have to figure out what it is I need to buy to make those. I have to get with the person that taught me about those.
I never heard of that before.
Fireflies. I mean, once you get them and once you drink them, it is a spring, summer, fall drink. I mean, like when I say fall, I mean warmer side.
Yeah.
But that is, from that time span, it is a drink that you do not want to get rid of.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is. It is absolutely good, and it's actually big down in Charleston, South Carolina. It is a very big drink down there. So yeah.
I'm pretty excited about trying it. Just like the liquid marijuanas, well, we need to make those next year.
Oh yeah, man! I mean, sky's the limit, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing this right here until we get booed off. And hell, when we get booed off, we're probably gonna do it just to piss people off. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll start a new podcast.
Yeah. Fuck fake bitch.
But yeah, so we're going to kind of talk about Christmas, New Year's, and everything, seeing how it's appropriate anyway, being Christmas in just a couple days. and kind of what we think about it, and just whatever. I mean, so let's get it started.
Yeah, man.
So I tell you, be honest with you, we always have like a pretty decent Christmas and everything. Last year we had a really good Christmas. We bought my daughter a bunch of stuff. My wife bought me a bunch of stuff, and got her my wife spent a shit ton of money on me and everything. But this year, where I honestly fucked up my hand and everything, been out of work for pretty much over a month now, and trying to get on my short-term disability, and I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like Christmas to me. I mean, it's not really snowed here in North Carolina. It's just, I don't know, it's like the hustle and bustle's really just kind of got to me a little bit. Like, I mean, I love shopping for my daughter, don't get me wrong, and I've got my wife a couple things, but it just doesn't feel like Christmas, man. It just fucking sucks.
Me and the wife actually talked about that. It's just, we're kind of not in the spirits this year. We can't have a damn Christmas tree in our house because of the cat. Because, last year I walked in and I found it on the fucking couch.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what the fuck, so I'm not dealing with this shit. But, no, still, I mean, I don't know what it is. And I think the biggest reason is because... shit, excuse me, everybody. I don't know why I got the fucking yawns tonight. I mean, but damn. I think the biggest reason is because, well, for one, you're out of work. You're down and out with your thumb, your hand and all that good stuff. I mean, but my second thing is taxes here recently is eating everyone alive. I mean, it is taking up about a third or more of people's paychecks in taxes these days, and I mean, like it's really eating me alive as far as like just just on a daily, man. I don't get it, but that's just a different story. But what Christmas is for me, I'm most of the time. I don't look to receive. My receiving days was as a child. Yeah. My receiving days are done. I love to give now.
Right.
And when the economy was better, I was able to give more, but, I still love to give.
Yeah, right,
right.
I
mean, that's what I love about Christmas, is I get to show my appreciation and my love to the ones that I love the most, And let's just be honest, if it comes down to it, whatever, your daughter's going to see more shit from me than you are. So, I mean, that's just the way that it is.
Right.
But,
yeah, and it's just, I don't know, man. I guess mainly the reason for me is because I've been out of work, and honestly, I'm not going to lie, I've been kind of depressed. I mean, because I've not been at work. Like I said, I've not worked in over a month. Been kind of sitting around the house. I can't do a whole lot with my left hand, and I am a left-handed person. I mean, I can do a lot with my right. What do they call those people that can do shit with both hands? Ambidextrous or something.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, so I can do a lot of shit with my right hand, but my left hand is my dominant hand. So I write left-handed, I eat left-handed, it's left-handed. So, and to fuck up my left hand is really just, I don't know, man, it was an accident. It's not like I meant to take a damn fucking weed eater to my hand, but I've been
I'm gonna start calling you Craftsman.
Yeah, it was a Craftsman weed eater that did this. New nickname, babe. New nickname. It's not gonna be Jackie Moon, it's gonna be Craftsman now.
Yeah.
But I got a couple other buddies that call me Slash because I slash my hand.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it just honestly been depressed. I actually had to go to my doctor and talk to her, and she actually gave me some medicine to help kind of change my mood a little bit and everything. But I mean, a lot of people Which is actually a good topic to talk about. I just got to think about it. A lot of people around this time get depressed and, suicidal.
I mean, it's well,
because
the suicidal rates, in America, a lot of it actually begins in the wintertime because, due to rain, snowfall, and shorter days.
Yeah.
I mean that plays a biggest part in the suicide rate in America. I mean I hate that. I for one have I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to y'all before, but I'm gonna mention it to you now. I mean, because it doesn't it hurts, but I mean at the same time it's just it's one of them things that has come and gone. I'm a firm believer in suicide awareness. I've witnessed suicide.
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand, and it is not good. And it's one of them things, man, that it will get to you.
It does.
It will hit you hard, and
because to be honest with you, just to get real for a minute, and I'm not really telling nobody this, but other than my doctor. So this is probably going to be a real situation, like just a real talk right here for a minute. Not even. I didn't expect this podcast to go this way, but I never thought about committing suicide. So don't take that to heart or whatever. But there was a time not that long ago, the last couple months, I'm like, would people be all right if I wasn't around? You know what I mean? Not like dead or nothing, but just not around.
Yeah, just the feeling of
because I said, just fucking up my hand and everything, and this and that, whatever, and just the last 4 or 5 months has just been rough on me, and I'm just like, would my wife be okay? Would my daughter be okay? My family, my friends. I'm just like, if I wasn't around, not if I was dead, just not around, and like, I got to a low point, and I had to talk to my doctor, and my doctor put me on some medicines to just kind of help put me back, bright-minded and everything, because, it's been rough on me. The past several months has been just hard on me. I'm not even telling my wife, because my wife listens to this, she's like, what the hell? But, yeah, it's been rough, and I didn't expect the podcast to go kind of dark for a second, but y'all, if y'all are struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, get help. Like, don't follow through with it. Get help. Talk to somebody. Talk to your doctor or a friend. If y'all listening, following us or whatever, we want y'all around. We don't know y'all, but we appreciate y'all following us. We appreciate y'all listening, and hopefully you're telling people about us. But it's not about, none of that is about us. It's about y'all. If y'all were struggling, get help. Reach out to us. Like I said, I kind of know a little bit, and he's watched somebody pretty much commit suicide. So like, don't, reach out to us. Reach out to a friend or a doctor or something, All
right, yeah, and I'm on we're gonna, this Laughs on Drafts is a, we love to make everything funny. We love to. But, we have a previous episode called Real Talk, and, of course, there's probably some laughs in there as well, but, we're also, we're only human.
Yeah.
And we go through shit just like everybody else. And, there's times, that we probably want to vent to, the world and let people know our stories.
You're not alone.
Yeah, man. You're trust me, you're not alone. And and I'll tell you, I'll give you just a little bit of aspect. I'm not going to go far back into my past because it will take 5, 6 episodes to go from point A to point B with me, and from start to beginning with the shit that I've been through.
Right.
But what I'm saying is just, I'll be honest with you. my father committed suicide. I found my father. I found my father dead on my front porch, and it was in October. And you would think that, October is a sour month for me. Yeah, it is. But you would think that the next upcoming holiday would be sour for me. Thanksgiving, no, it's actually not. But the sour holiday for me always ends up being Christmas. Why? I have no idea. I have no earthly idea why. But I guess it's because everybody, I guess a lot of people do celebrate Christmas a little bit harder and go a little bit more hardcore with Christmas than Thanksgiving, actually. Yeah. And, the night that I actually found my father, at this time, I really didn't have much anybody. Everybody's a lot of my families is doing their own thing, and I had several people. I had two families really that I remember coming to my house that night, coming on free will, and that was my wife's side of the family, who I owe 110%. Of my success today to them. And I also have my brother Zach and his family come to my house that night when they found out. They found out they was right there. And everybody's like, like PTSD, post-traumatic stress, or post-traumatic syndrome, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yeah.
And a lot of people's like, think about like wounded warriors. Man, that's
happen to anybody, really.
It can happen to anybody here. It's just what you saw, what you've seen. Once your brain takes a mental image of something, that it will not go away. Right. And I don't care how hard you try. But just like anything else, time will help heal you.
Yeah.
And therefore, Christmas, I'll have to say, no, I'm not a big Christmas fan. But at the same time, the past couple of years have been better for me. This year has been better for me, definitely. Even with the sour economy of me not being able to do shit. And that's what worries me about a lot of people is their well-beings and being able to go do and buy and trying to show appreciation and love for their families and their kids and stuff like that. That's what saddens me probably the most out of everything, man.
Yeah.
But when you get to that low point though, there's just remember, look, I found my parent. I found my parent dead. It's just self-inflicted gunshot wound. I'm just being honest with you. Don't be selfish to do that to yourself, because you really got to remember, and you might have to dig deep. The thing that, if you're just basing your decisions off of your family or whatever, because like I tell you, your true blood family will turn on you quicker than people that are not blood. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason I said this man sitting right here beside of me today is not my blood, but I can promise you his blood to me is thicker than actual blood related, cell related people that I am blood related to.
Right.
That is just the way that it is. I would lay my life down for him before I would some of my own blood family. I will not lie. I am 10 foot tall, bulletproof, and I will fuck you up. If it come down to this man right here, I will lay my life down for him and his family, no matter what. And, you know, it's just the way that it is. But you got to think about that. Those are the people that you are going to let down. Those are the people that are really going to fuck with their minds. You, on the other hand, you have to make that decision. You are good enough. Don't think that you can't turn your life around, because I didn't have a fucking thing. I didn't have a fucking thing. And now I have, do I have everything in the world? No, I do not. But in 8 years' time, I'm sitting pretty well off. Yeah. I mean, I am. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
You got, you know, a woman in there that loves you to death. You got a nice house. You got a couple vehicles. I mean,
dude, it's
got a good paying job. I mean, you know, you could always turn your life around if you're willing to work hard for it. And like I said, you know, there might be some people that don't have no kind of family. And I mean, you know, I'm sure. But I'll tell you right now, if you're struggling with life and you have no family, you know what? Reach out to us. Because you know what? Family, you know, blood doesn't start with family. Doesn't end there either. I don't know if that's the right saying, but you kind of know what I mean. I got friends right here that are, you know, I met on TikTok years ago before I even met my wife. And we talk on a daily basis, or, you know, every other day or whatever like that. This man right here, we met when we was about 11 years old. We're both 32 years old now. We've been friends for over 20-some years. Do anything for this guy. Done a lot for this guy, too. Like, you know, and he's done a lot for me. And one of his ex-girlfriends broke into his house, stole his furniture, this, that, whatever. You know what? I looked around, found shit for him, not to try to toot my own horn or brag or nothing, because I'm not trying to do none of that, but I helped this motherfucker out. I went and found some couches that were free on the Facebook page and everything like that, so he'd have something to sit on. Again, I'm not trying to brag, you know, but I'm just telling you right now, no blood relation to this man, but I'll call this motherfucker right here my brother. And so, you know, reach out to us. I mean, you know, we'll be your family. We don't give a shit. Like, you know, we'll help you do whatever you're, you know.
No, I mean, I'm by no means military, and neither are you. But I mean, like, you know, and they say military to make it home. They say, you know, well, my brother in arms. Well, by George, and guess what? I got a brother in arms, and it's right here. I mean, he's sitting right beside me this day.
We'll try to do anything we can.
I mean, it's a real thing, and I mean, you know, be like, you know, well, I mean, and you know, of course, you got a lot of sour fuckers out here. Be like, well, you know, hell, I've seen suicide too. You know, if you have, I'm very sorry. You know, I'm very sorry, because it's a tough thing to witness, and I mean, yeah, I thought I was strong to go through it. I mean, and I was for the longest time, and I stayed strong for everybody else. But then a few months later, then that's when I actually had to start working on myself, because I've been strong for so many people.
Just hits your heart, that, yeah. I mean, you have to. It's like you have to be strong for your wife, or you know, your kid, or your mom, or your dad, or your sister, or whatever, you know. But it gets to a point, man, it's just like it takes a toll on you, because you have to be strong for this person, that person,
you don't
and it's
have
just like,
time to do for yourself.
And you don't have time to do for yourself, and you keep all your emotions bottled in, and that's how I felt. Like I said, I didn't want to, like, I never got to a point where I wanted to commit suicide, but I'm just like, you know, would people be better off if I wasn't here? And like, I had to talk to my doctor, and I'm just like, Doc, I say, you know, I'm feeling this way. And she's like, well, it sounds like you're depressed. And she put me on some medicine to kind of just help me, and like, it helped me, and then I came off of it for a little while, and then like I felt like my old self again. I felt, you know, happy, you know, go lucky, you know, ready to conquer the world. And then I pulled a muscle on my back one week, like, you know, end of October, early November, and then the following week I dropped something heavy on my foot at work. Even though I had steel-toe boots on, I felt it. I thought I broke my foot, but luckily I didn't. And then it was like the following week I cut my hand with the weed eater, and it was like back to back to back, and it was just like, you know, and I've been out of work for over a month now, and it's taking a toll on me. And I'm just like, my wife's a little, you know, stressed out because of the holidays and this and that, whatever, and I take all that and I blame myself, even though this, you know, taking a chance, or not a chainsaw, but a weed eater to my hand was an accident, and it's not like I meant to do it. But I just take all of that, and I place it on myself, and I blame myself, and I'm just like, I get, down and depressed and everything, and then it's the holidays, and Christmas coming up in a couple of days, and then it's been rough, and I'm sure a lot of people out there know what we're going through, and,
Yeah, I mean, and there are a ton of people that out here that on a daily that know what we go through, and I mean, I hope and pray that nobody has to go through any of that. I mean, but
well, like I said, I mean, if you're debating suicide, don't do it. Reach out to us. I mean, we may not know exactly what you're going through, but I mean, if you need someone to talk to, we'll be willing to listen. Well, find us on Facebook, find us on TikTok, Spotify.
Send us a message, man. I mean, like I said,
and we get to talking long enough, we'll call you family.
We'll give you a shout out. If you want us to tell your story, by all means, and we will do that, and we will greatly do it with respect, man.
Because eventually, we're gonna love you.
We ain't just a couple. I mean, laughs on drafts. We drink. We're not just a couple happy-go-lucky drunks, man. We're real life people too, man.
Yeah, we struggle. We struggle on a daily. We struggle. Sometimes we live paycheck to paycheck like everybody else.
You're exactly right.
I mean, this podcast is. I mean, we made it to be funny and happy-go-lucky, but there's times we're gonna, shoot the shit and be serious.
We don't do this podcast to make a buck.
No.
We do this because we enjoy it, and we want people to hear, and we hope people can emphasize what we say and probably take some things that we say and get a good laugh out of it. Have a good day, and we want to, if anybody on situations like this can emphasize with us, be like, hey, these guys are just like, hell, it's shit that sounds like they're just like me, or whatever. Or it sounds like, with this person I know. It's more of one of them things, and we're not going to base all this, around, like a suicide thing, but, those of you, I mean, if you're thinking, that's the basics of my life, when I told y'all that I've witnessed, my parent actually, my parent has actually took their life, and which I didn't necessarily see it happen, but once you know that it's through a gunshot wound, I mean, that's you can pretty much read between the lines, and but if you think that that's where my story begins of heartache and all that stuff, you're sadly wrong. You're sadly mistaken, because mine goes way back to about the time I was 6 and 7 years old, and I can promise you that from year after year after year that it has gone through since, and not too many people know it, and I'm not going to get into it right now, but by all means, if I'm asked to get into it or whatever, if you want to know, or if you think you might be able to relate and you want to hear my story, by all means let me know. But there's not so many people that know. This man sitting right beside me knows, and how he knows is because he's been right there through it with me every step after my major first incident. After my major first incident when I was 11 years old, he has been with me side by side ever since.
This man right here, he has been through a lot. I'm telling you a lot right now. He's almost lost his life. I think the doctors told you had a 13-14% chance of living. It was very low, and you pulled through.
Yeah, I mean, my chances was a little bit higher. My sister was a 13-14% chance of living. But
like I said, this man right here has been through his lot. He's lost his mom. He's lost his dad. He's almost lost his own life because, of just an accident and stuff like that. But he's been through a lot, and he's really strapped up his boots and pulled himself up, from practically death. And, like I said, this motherfucker right here is 32 years old, got two nice vehicles. He's got really nice house. He's got, he's married to an awesome woman. Like, he's got a good paying job. Like, he's really pulled himself around.
But I mean, and to be honest, I mean, it's not about my job. It's not about my materialistic things. It's about the facts that you choose your path.
Right.
Well, you can either sit there feeling sorry for yourself, or you can take and grasp a hold of all that negative and turn it into positive energy.
Grab the bull by the horns
and feed that and feed that and prove to yourself that you can do more than what you think.
So I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you a short, well, it's not really a short story, it's really long, but I can give you some cliff notes here. I was born. Well, before I was born, the doctors told my mama I wouldn't live 5 minutes after birth because her kidneys were making my work. And if I was born, like I said, I wouldn't live 5 minutes after birth. I'm 32 years old now. I was born with a heart and kidney disease. I spent most of my childhood in and out of the hospital. There was a couple times, not that I wasn't committed, like wanting to commit suicide. But, like, thought about, like, what if I wasn't here? What if I wasn't here? Whatever, like this, that, whatever. And, I got into my teenage years, started exercising, started losing weight, just trying to take care of myself, this, that, whatever. My body started, I guess, changing and everything. My heart, I got an irregular heart. I got an enlarged heart, so my heart kind of skips a beat, this, that, whatever. I spill a lot of protein when I use the bathroom and everything like that through my urine and stuff. But here in the last, I want to say 15 years and everything like that, like, I've really, like, my health has kind of actually done a lot better than it was when I was a kid and everything like that.
Rejuvenated itself.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a lot irregular heartbeat, and I spill a lot of protein and stuff. And I mean, I had to take medicines, but like, I've been in remission for quite a few years, like a long time. Like, I've not had to spend days or weeks in the hospital because of my health and everything, which has been like really amazing and stuff. But like, I can't ever sit here and say that I know how it feels to want to commit suicide, because I've never been to that point. But in a way, I can kind of feel like, what if I wasn't here? Like, not really about suicide, because I've never been to that point. But like I said, I mean, he's been through a lot. I've been through quite a bit, so in a way, we know how some people feel out there. We're not sure, probably don't know how a lot of people feel. But like I said, reach out to us. I know we've kind of keep coming back to this point, but reach out to us. I mean, don't
feel like you got to fight your battles alone.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be here for you.
I felt like I had to fight my battles alone.
I felt that way myself, too.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I come to him, or he comes to me and everything like that. Now I got, he's got his wife, I got my wife. But sometimes it's just like, it can be a little embarrassing and stuff like that in a way, and, but don't be embarrassed. Reach out to us. I mean, like I said, we'll eventually become your family. We'll do what we can to help. I mean, life is hard. We struggle like anybody else, but, we'll try to help you as what we can.
I mean, dude, I'm 32. I mean, I got some words of wisdom. It might not be the exact answers that you're looking for, but I've been through hell and back and turned around, patched up, and hell, I'm ready to go back for more.
Yeah.
It's just me.
I feel like we're just held together by a lot of duct tape and super glue at this point.
Like I said, man, I'm patched up and I'm ready to go. Hell, I've been through it. Send me back. I'm fuck it. Let's just go again.
Right.
The devil's. If he wants to send me, try to break me down. I'm one of them ones that's just like, you know, if the devil whispered in my ear, why do you keep going? I whispered back because you still a bitch. I mean,
just to piss you off.
Just to piss you the fuck off.
Right.
You know, light me up, because I guarantee you, you know, you try to fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you back twice as hard every time. And, you know, just, you know, talking about life in the standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just one of them things. But, you know, it's one of them things you gotta grasp it, take hold. Because if not, it will take your mind.
Yeah, grab the bull by the horns, man.
And go. Don't give up. You know, prove to yourself that you can push yourself further than you ever imagined. You know, it's just, that's one of them things, man. Yeah. I mean, you have to. In today's world, you have to, because nobody's going to look after you but you. And talking about, you know, whenever it gets to this time of year, everybody gets to, like, you know, gets depressed. Everybody's like, well, Christmas ought to be a happy. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're 100% right. Christmas ought to be a happy time. But you know what? If you've been through a lot of shit,
it takes a toll on you. It really
takes a toll on you. I mean, it does. But me, I mean, hell, like I said, it's been 8 years for me. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just now, within the past 2 years, I've just now starting to get back into the spirit of Christmas, to where it's not bothering me as bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just what it is. But, hey, you know,
I mean, people struggle some more than others. I mean, you know, but, I mean, don't give up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, if there's stories you want to hear, if there's a life story you want to hear from day one to end, or from either one of us, please give us a shout.
Yeah, reach out to us. I mean, you know, we would love to be there for you. We may not have, what we need to tell you to feel better or whatever, but I mean, we will listen.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely listen.
We won't judge.
If we give some input, yeah. I mean, we're hell no, we ain't gonna judge, because hell,
everybody struggles.
That's it.
Everybody struggles, and like I said, some may struggle more than others, but you know what? We all struggle. Yeah, so reach out to us and everything. So yeah, don't be shy, man. Like, you know, just we're here. We're here for you. This podcast got a little deep. I wasn't expecting to get this deep, but I mean, it did. It's good though. Like, you know, we need to let people know, hey, reach out to us. Don't be shy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
we're like,
hey, it's not this podcast ain't about no dark Christmas.
No, we're human just like anybody else. We struggle.
Christmas is a beautiful time. We're worshiping the birth of our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and you know, and I honestly believe that. I think, you know, with all my heart, that, you know, that the holiday is what it is, and it stands for what it stands for. Is it about presents? No,
nope.
It's not. You know what it's about? It's about this man sitting right here beside of me. It's about the person that's sitting in your living room. It's about the person's picture that's in your wallet. It is about the kid that is sleeping in the room that you bought all the bedroom stuff for. It is about the food that you feed that child. It is about everything that people forget on a daily basis of what it's about.
True.
About
preach it, brother. Christ
being born and being thankful for what you have.
Exactly.
Because guess what? And I asked anybody right now, if you have a sour feeling towards anybody, whether it's your grandparents, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, cousin, I don't give a damn who the hell it is. I mean, all I can say is that reach out to them, let them know that you love them.
They're not always going to be around.
I mean, because they will not always be around. And I mean, you know, there might be some situations where, you know, the family situation's too far gone. And if it is, hey, guess what? I'm there too. I'm right there with you, because I am in situations now, and I've had situations. It is so far gone. There's no repair. I'm floating in this world. I don't know you. They don't know me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the way that it is. And, I'm willing to answer for it.
I got people right now that I'm not related to that are family to me.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like you.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, the biggest thing of it is, too, regardless, I mean, depending on the situation, if you can, as far as parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, we'll keep it at that.
Yeah. Keep
in mind of what you got, because you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Right.
Especially if it's just a senseless argument that you might have had over dinner, or a senseless argument that you might have had over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a firm believer, once you hang that phone up, you might not ever talk to that person again.
No, I just lost my grandpa not that long ago, last couple months.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have been closer to a year, but it's not been that long. It's been within the last year. I mean, and love my grandpa, but
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you
never know when they gonna bring their last breath. I mean, if you don't talk to your family, try to make amends, and if it's too far gone, like I said, reach out to us. Reach out to a doctor.
Yeah.
Reach out, if you got friends, reach out to them. I mean,
Yeah. And
you can always turn your life around.
Dude. And hell, if you don't think that you can do that right there, hell. And you want to be a better person?
Be a better person.
Everybody has a New Year's resolution. Hell, what can it hurt?
Right.
Pray to the Lord and God above that that you want to be a better person this coming up year.
Yeah, everybody makes the New Year's resolution. You losing weight to be a better person, not to be less toxic, this, that, whatever. I mean, if you're serious about being a better person,
do it.
Do it. I mean, don't sit here and be like a lot of these people, or even me, like, I'm gonna lose weight this year and then fall off the wagon after like a couple weeks or a month. Really commit to it, surround yourself with people that's going to help you. Be encouraging to you, always give you a good word, text you, hey, how you doing, how you been, or whatever. Like, surround yourself with people that, good people. I mean, don't surround yourself with, people that's, gonna lead you down the wrong path.
Negative energy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've said it multiple times on this podcast, like, reach out to us. We will do our best to reach out to you on a daily basis or whatever. And like, hey, how you been? How you doing? And, we'll build a relationship and, in a couple, 6 months, a year or whatever. Hell, I might be calling you brother or sister. I mean,
you might fall along in that category.
Maybe calling you family.
I mean, and, anybody knows this man, like I said, sitting beside me, knows that, I'm the type of person. People gain off of different feedback. And, me, I was the type of person, the way that I had to build back is it just had to be put to me point blank. And that's just the way that I had to go about doing it. I literally had to just be told how it was and go from there. But some people don't get it like that. Some people are just, they have to be talked to softly. They have to be, talked to, in a certain way. They have to be fed a simple drive. With me, it was different. And I have my in-laws to think about that, to thank for all that, to thank where I'm at today. I have to give my credit a lot to my in-laws. I got my start from my grandparents. This is before all the sour shit started happening. And I greatly appreciate that. But my thing of it all is that you have to make sure that you are, you're prepared for what kind of stability hearing you're wanting to receive. And what I mean by that is your feedback. Once you tell people, if you're looking for sympathy, it depends on if you're looking for sympathy or if you're looking for cold hard truth. People go by different ways. And us, like I said, we've been through both. Cold hard ways, and we've been through the forgiving ways and showing sympathy. That's the reason why we ask, hey, don't go through this battle alone.
Yeah.
Hell, not everybody can afford to go to a therapist. You might not have insurance. Hey, man.
But I want to let you know right now, you reach out to us and everything like that. You want to know the cold hard truth. We may give it to you, but that doesn't mean that we hate you. You want to know the truth, we're going to give you the truth.
Exactly.
And everything. And it's not because we hate you or anything like that. It's because we love you. We want y'all to do better and everything like that. So if you reach out to us and we tell you the truth, don't sit there like, well, he hates me or she hates. No, it's because we love you. We want to see you do better.
Exactly. And like I told y'all just a second ago, that's how I had to grow after my final straw. That's how I got to where I'm at today. That's how I had to go. But we also know that a lot of people are not like that.
No, some people need to be coddled, and I understand that. But there's a lot of people out there who need to hear the cold-hearted truth. And like I said, that doesn't mean that we hate you, but, sometimes it's like, listen, man, or listen, woman or whatever, you're fucking up.
Yes.
You need to quit doing this. You need to quit dating this. Or, we're not going to tell you to quit dating this person, but we'll give you our opinion. It's like, hey, this guy right here is bad for you. This girl right here is bad for you, because of this, that, whatever. I mean, we're going to give you the truth if we think you can handle it. And then the other people just got to be coddled, and I mean, I wasn't raised to be, coddled, and he wasn't raised to be coddled. We heard, a lot of times, I tell him, listen, motherfucker, here's the cold hard truth about it. This motherfucker's bad for you, fucking leave him alone, and...
Oh, definitely.
And he's done the same for me, and, because we was kind of raised that way, we was here to hear the truth, the cold hard truth about it, we wasn't coddled. But, yeah, and this podcast got a little bit more serious than I expected, which is, it's fun. It's all good. Like I said, you want to reach out to us, please do. We're on Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, and you can find us on Laughs on Drafts podcast, or, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, excuse me, but, reach out to us. Tell us your story. If you want to be anonymous, we won't drop no names. If you want us to drop your name, would, be glad to do so, or if you just want us to tell us your story and not mention you at any of our podcasts, we won't do that either. But,
by the way, just want to throw out here, guys, look for us on TikTok here in the upcoming months of 2024, the early stages sometime or another. We are actually probably going to start putting together videos on our podcast of us doing our podcast,
yeah,
and doing reach outs and stuff like that, and doing our stories. And
hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try to get a some kind of iPad or something so we can record our videos and everything like that. You can see what we're drinking. You need to see what we look like if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we ain't much to look at,
yeah,
but I promise you that. But I mean, like I said,
he might not be much to look at, but I'm a pretty boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I'm just saying, you know, I mean, we're advancing on up in this right here. And like I said, definitely check us out on TikTok because we're going to start putting out putting out our videos on.
I feel like I feel like real quick, you know, I feel like it's going to help a lot of y'all too to see what we look like, you know, to see how we act and everything like that. I mean, like I said, our podcasts, most of them are going to be funny, you know, witty, you know, just us shooting the shit, having a good time, but. Like I said, there's going to be times where we have serious conversations. And, I mean, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to us. Like, you know, if you're struggling, reach out to us. Again, we may not know what we want to say to you or need to say to you to help, but sometimes it just helps to have someone to listen to. So, yeah. Again, Zach Jr. here, so reach out to us, and we love y'all, and we will talk to y'all next week.
Later, buddies.
See ya.